Hello, everybody. Welcome to the video. Today, we're going to be using the Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we're going to be trying to acquire 5 first-round picks using the assets on the team, future draft picks, all that good stuff. Got the new face cam on. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. I do probably need to do a little bit more toning. Probably need to lighten things up a little bit. It's a little dark, but for now, I think it's pretty good. I think we're ready to roll. And yeah, I mean, let's get into this whole. It's not like a rebuild thing, but it's a fun little thing. I will trade Levante David. I do want back Jamel Dean. Still generally young, by the way, too, as far as like developmental corners go. And he will sign back. We're pretty low in the cap room. I'll trade Julio probably. Akeem Hicks might not find his way back onto the team. Sean Murphy Bunting's probably gone. This isn't supposed to be exactly realistic either, because you're not going to just trade for 5 first-round picks in any given draft. So it will be interesting here to do whatever we're doing right now. And with no quarterback, considering Tom Brady's retirement, I guess that's what happened in this little thing right here. I don't know if we want to keep Leonard Fournette. I don't know. I'll wait on him. I'll do more like a Julio Jones. And is Cameron Bray even worth it? I'm not even sure. Ryan Jensen, Robert Hainsey's here. Who was the guy we were going to get rid of? It was Levante David, but I don't want to get rid of him quite yet. Got some off-ball linebackers here. I guess pass rushers generally. And Sean Murphy Bunting. Probably could get a pretty high first-round pick with this, depending on the team that we want to trade with and interest on the players. We're close to trading for this Dolphins pick right here at number 21. With Russell Gage and Sean Murphy Bunting, I think will be kind of the vocal point of this trade. But now I've got to look for like pick 22 or 26, 25, just somewhere like a 23 would be nice, but I'm just not quite sure who hasn't. Like I said, it all matters on interest. I'd be fine with getting this Ravens pick, but they don't have interest on Sean Murphy Bunting. And yeah, we're about this close from acquiring the Vikings pick now too. Oh, my Lord, man. I guess we'll just have to do this. It's going to be really hard to generate these picks without giving up some big hitters. So, Sean Murphy Bunting, second and a third this year, just for 24. It's going to be a rough road to trade for 5 of these things now, too. We might have to trade. Well, I mean, we're going to have to only get 3 more, which is still absurd. We're going to have to trade some pretty heavy hitters, and I think Mike Evans is one. Levante David's definitely got to go. So, we'll start with Levante David's trade. And then we have Lenny, and then we have actually cannot talk. We have all of next year's picks as well to deal with for these trades to acquire some more picks. But I think Levante David will be the focal point of this this particular trade alone. So we'll see, and then probably one of these two. Tyler Johnson, I don't know if he's actually back on the team. I think we'll try Julio Jones, depending on who we can find. Done deal. Russell Gage, Levante David across for that 20. I like it. It's good. It's nice. It's easy. It's fair. It's just, I mean, a wide receiver is pretty easy to come by. So we're with 3 right now, and they're all generally late picks. We don't want that. Probably trade for an early one here soon. I think if Mike Evans, Leonard Fournette, and I guess we'll have to try this future first if we're going to go for early. So, I mean, doesn't get earlier than pick 1-1. Oh my God, we actually got 1-1. Mike Evans will get it done. I mean, it's a bit much, but we basically just scrapped the team. We'll get 1-1. Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, we're at 4 now, and we're going to need a quarterback, so happy to trade up for that 1-1 pick. Pretty thin at wide receiver now, for sure. Yeah, this team, I don't think this is exactly how we wanted it to go down. Trade this pick, and then look for an extra asset, try to trade. I don't know if we have the pieces to trade for another first-round pick. I mean, basically just traded our arsenal away for 1-1. I don't know what we're going to do. I think the only way we're going to do this is with the freaking Shaq Mason. I think that's the only way that we'll get any sort of capital at all. And then I'll use the second and third to get like a second and third as well. So I'll try to go for a 1, late 2, and a 3 here and see if this can get it done. Not quite, and I'm okay with that. I'm fine with this deal right here if it goes through, and it doesn't. Finally, okay, so Shaq Mason, Keanu O'Neal, a second, next year's second. I mean, it's so tough to trade up for these picks for even mid to late first rounders, man. It's so rough. So we are able to generate number 1, 17, 19, 20, and 24. So we'll have a lot towards the end of the first round. Might even find ourselves trading down. Now I want to trade these picks and maybe Logan Ryan for like a second round if I can. Probably giving up a little too much, but at this point I don't care. It's future draft capital. We're not even going to use it in the video anyways. So Logan Ryan, 4th and a 3rd next year, gets us a 2nd this year, so it'll do. Keyshawn Vaughn, 2 5ths, 1 this year, 1 next year. Will get us number 82 in the draft as well. So just moving up for a little bit of extra draft capital to help the team in the long run. And now we'll look at players that are ready to negotiate with the team with our $44 million. Julio Jones, 34 years old. I'll have to pass on him. Pick one up in free agency. Hakeem Hicks probably be gone. Mike Edwards will be gone. I don't want him to be gone, though. And he's affordable. On a 3-year deal, I'll give him $3 million and then 2.5 here. He should stay. Looks like he did, so thank you for that. And I think that will be all. William Golston's too old to try to keep around and keep as a serviceable player moving forward. And it's kind of a dead free agency class, if you ask me. Quarterback, don't need necessarily. We will take one in the draft for sure. David Montgomery here at 26 is tempting with no true like RB1. So I think that sort of deal would work well with him. We should be number 1 as we are. And then wide receivers will have to negotiate with someone somewhere. I don't care. We're just going to throw money at their faces. I mean, not ideal, but a contract to Michael Gallup would be nice to acquire. And then maybe like a Kendrick Bourne or Jarvis Landry to take over that kind of like Russell Gage role. If he wants to, hop on for a little less money and a really bad deal. If he wants, right? Like, I ain't forcing nobody. But it's okay. Tight ends, could use one. Irv Smith would be fun as like a vertical threat tight end along with Cade Otton. Still young too. Sign him on to be the tight end of the future. I like that fit a lot. And with one, negotiation left, probably want some sort of guard here. Whether or not there's any good ones, like Will Hernandez, I'm fine with, but I'd rather have like a Nate Davis at this point in time. But I think Will Hernandez, just because of the interest in the team, 27 years old, I'm fine with that deal, and that will be all of our negotiations for the first little phase here. We'll see who we can get. I have a good feeling we're gonna get a few of these guys. Yeah, we did. So the only one we didn't get was Jarvis Landry with that poor deal on him as well. How much? Okay, yeah, we don't have any cap room whatsoever. I'm actually going to withdraw my offer on Mr. Landry and now go after someone else, maybe on the offensive line. So we're very thin with draft capital here, but we want Larry Ogunjobi, Justin Pugh, and Solomon Thomas. We get the one I really wanted would have been our guy, not Michael Gallup. We already got him. It would be Larry Ogunjobi was actually the guy that I wanted the most in that bunch, but didn't get him. So still just working with Justin Pugh, Dwayne Smoot, and Solomon Thomas. We'll see who signs. Should have been all of them. Pugh, Smoot, and Thomas all onto the team now. Will play roles maybe if we don't draft a replacement for all those guys. Just bridge players that I feel like needed to be signed. And now we'll work in the draft, make some magic with our 5 first-round picks that we have generated for ourselves to try and make this team better. Gave away some big pieces, not going to lie. Do regret one of those trades. It was the Mike Evans trade. Definitely regret that one. Probably could have done it for a little less. And then the Shaq Mason trade just had to be done after that. So kind of regret that one. But I think that really goes along with the Mike Evans trade. Here at number 1, overall, um, it's tough right here because I could take obviously Bryce Young, the best quarterback in the class. Um, CJ Stroud next up as well, of course. Will Levis down the board interests me as a Buccaneers quarterback. Prototypical, has that arm. Bryce Young, being as small as he is, gives me some concern, especially behind a massive offensive line. So CJ Stroud being here, I feel like I could trade down, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like that is probably not best case scenario, but even further down the board, there's guys like Anthony Richardson, Duggan, KJ Jefferson, and whatnot. But Talia has actually pulled out of this draft, so something I'll have to do is I'll update it. Basically, is what I'm saying. I'll finally get to that. I'm hoping after this video is done, I'll work on it for a little bit of time. Probably want Bijan if he's still there at like what 17. Yeah, 17. But we already acquired David Montgomery and have Rashad White. Could use Jalen Carter. Could use Jalen Carter. Miles Murphy's probably a guy that would fit our system along with Tyree. Will Levis as well. I mean, I don't know. I think at 1-1, we're going to trade down. And I think that we can trade down to number 4 with the Indianapolis Colts. Wait, no. 2023? Yeah, okay. So we'll move down to number 4. And then we'll see them perhaps take a quarterback of need. It is Will Anderson off the board at number 1. Almost guaranteeing us with the quarterback. Bryce Young off the board. They probably won't go CJ Stroud, and that will leave CJ Stroud for us. Probably would have preferred, Bryce Young at this point in time, but CJ Stroud, it will work. I just am happy with the pick at number 4. We were able to get CJ Stroud. We'll keep moving down the board. Tyree Wilson, I'm guessing Miles Murphy off the board, of course. Will Levis to the Raiders. That feels right, actually. Brian Brzee to the Titans. Peter Skoronski. Osiris Torrance goes really high in this one. Just desperately in need of guard. Bijan not even going to be an option. Michael Mayer off the board. Jordan Addison gets off the board, suffering from what they call them, hiccups. Quinn Johnson off the board. Broderick Jones now, and then on to our pick after Christian Gonzalez. That would have been my pick for sure. Quality corner that was still on the board. One is still here. 3 of them, actually. 3 very okay corners are on the board here. Do I want to go Joey Porter just because of the length? But I feel like Keely Ringo has a little bit more upside. Paris Johnson still being here is different. Smith and Jigba works out well. Just a lot of people, Keely Ringo, heavily in consideration. I think that we will go ahead and draft Keely Ringo here at number 17. I feel like that's fair. Corners are falling to this point in time. Joey Porter off the board. And now we're going to see, at this pick, we could use a guy like Trenton Simpson. We could use a guy like Jackson Smith and Jigba. Actually, Smith and Jigba feels so right here. Runs a 4.47, not quite the fastest guy, more of an Amon-Ra St. Brown type of guy and whatnot. So it is a little bit different of a pick than I expected to go, but it is what it is. Let's go Jackson Smith and Jigba, normal development. Not a yikes, but back-to-back picks here in the first round. We need interior for sure. We need interior. That's just going to need to be addressed. Anton Harrison's here. Devin Witherspoon. Foskey, not the type of guy that fits our scheme. Siaki Ika does fit the scheme a little bit. Javon Dexter down the board. I think that we're just going to have to go with Siaki Ika. It just needed to be taken. It's a position of need. Heavily in consideration. Needed to happen. Noah Sewell off the board of the Dolphins. Cam Smith off the board. Simpson. That's interesting. I haven't seen that before. Almost skipped over our pick. That would have been pretty bad, if you ask me. Paris Johnson has fallen all the way to this pick. Don't need tackle as much as I think that we might. I don't know. It's such a tough spot to pick out of. And Foskey is good and bad. He works, but not really with the system that we're in. Could use someone else. Rasheed Rice down the street. Nolan Smith, Andre Carter. Not, I mean, it's so hard to pick for these Bucks for sure, man. It's a little bit out of the question. Paris Johnson gonna be my pick. It's weird, I know, but it's gonna have to be our pick. He fell all the way down to us. Might as well take advantage of the value there. I mean, we got pick number 25 here in the second round. Mozzie Smith's here. He looks good. Let's take Mozzie Smith off the board. Just a good another interior guy. Maybe can slide out to an end. Remember, we are running that 3-4, so I'll just skip to number 316 and see if there's anybody of value here. And then we also have 318, 2 picks after this one. But probably just looking for a utility sort of players. Steve Avila. I can't remember if he's good or bad. I did make the draft class, if you guys did not hear me earlier say that. Doesn't look the greatest. We'll take him. Just someone we need at this point. I don't care if he's a 64 overall. He'll start. Not actually, though. And then probably taking our last pick of value here at number 18 in the third round. It's a tough spot to pick in because obviously Sean Tucker's on the board. Van Pran. Ooh. I didn't know Cedric Van Pran's on the board to this point. Good player. Really good player. We'll take him. 3 offensive linemen in the last 3 picks, so we'll take it. And after the draft is done, obviously got to look at the draft recap, see how we did. Okay, we did actually really good. I didn't expect... Oh, Van Pran's worse than Avila, or Avila. I'm not sure how you want to say it, but 74 overall, CJ Stroud, Keely Ringo, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Siaka Ika, Paris Johnson, Mozzie, Steve Avila, not Aliva, that would be wrong. Good draft class. It's fine. It'll do. It'll work. It'll have to. We'll see how they can do in this next season after I set the team up. So team will look like this. CJ Stroud, Godwin at the number 1 spot. Number 2 with Michael Gallup. Smith and Jigba will develop behind them. Irv Smith here. Paris Johnson is the only one that'll start out of Van Pran and Avila, so maybe not as big of a need as I thought. So it will work. I mean, the team as is already good. Cam Bray is just way too old to even be playing at this point in time. Now, defensively is kind of where the struggles begin. Didn't need this much interior, and all things considered. Probably could have taken Noah Sewell and been very happy with it. Troy Pride, Keely Ringo, Jamel Dean, and Carlton Davis will make a very good play. So who will have off the edges? Tryon Shoyinka, Shaq Barrett, Ika, and Vita Vea. And then, I mean, Keely, Devin White's here as well. He's good. I don't know why he's so low overall in the game. So that might play a role. I don't know. The team looks good. Missing a middle linebacker, that's for sure. Levante David's up and out of here, and I didn't even come to think about that, and therefore did not end up replacing him. See how we're doing at the midseason point with this new and improved Buccaneers team. We start off 3-3 here. Stats and awards. Let's see how CJ Stroud's doing here in his rookie season. Not bad. All things considered, 16 touchdowns is pretty good to this point. Rushing, David Montgomery's doing what he needs to do here. Receiving wise, you got Chris Godwin, Irv Smith, Jackson Smith, and Jigba playing a bigger role than Michael Gallup to this point, with 3 touchdowns as well. So he's starting off his rookie campaign fine. Defensively, Devin White leads the team in tackles by miles. Tackles 4 losses here. Vita Vea with 5 sacks as well. Good stuff all around. But Joe Tryon Shoyinka, Shaq Barrett, Vita Vea being our number 1 sack guy is kind of weird in a way. I mean, I didn't really not expect it, but it's not really like your prototypical sack leader. It comes from your interior, at least not the way that I've been playing recently, or not the way I set up my teams. I don't really go for pass rusher interior guys. Those are kind of supposed to be big body run stuffers in my ideal defense. Looking around, good things going on and off. I mean, no depth trait revealed somehow for CJ Stroud. Defensively, good players around, but nobody that you can tell in particular is playing a big role other than Vita Vea. Everyone else is kind of just mid, whatever you want to say. Not that great. Not even going to look at players ready to negotiate, considering we're not even going to consider going another season. It's just going to be the season to see how they did after 5 first-round picks were acquired and used. So, yeah, I guess we'll see. Washington Commanders were absolutely incredible. We weren't far off, 8-9, but I mean, I wouldn't have guessed Washington Commanders to do that well. Stats, I see it. We all saw it. I don't know if you guys saw it, but CJ Stroud threw for the second most yards in the league, taking the league by storm. CJ Stroud, 5,100 yards, 42 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. I'll take the 16 interceptions when you have that good of a year. David Montgomery ran for 4 per carry. I liked the role that he played and how well he played it. Godwin, 1,500 yards. Smith and Jigba, 1,100 yards. Rookies stepping up and doing what they need to do. Michael Gallup, nearly 1,100 yards. Irv Smith was close as well with a really good season. Defensively, Devin White was good. Kelvin Pope, all right. Carlton Davis. And then 17 TFLs, 11 sacks. Vita Vea, Shaq Barrett. You see all of these numbers right here. Yeah, not too much sack production, all things considered. Looking over at my phone there for a second. Everybody's got a phone, all right? I can't just ignore it when it goes off, all right? Chill out. Anywho, CJ Stroud now's probably got to be a star. Maybe towards the Super Bowl is when or hit Super Bowl is when they'll present him with superstar, right? Because should get Rookie of the Year, and not gonna be really in consideration for MVP just because of those stupid these stupid interceptions. So we'll see what this one is here after. We will go ahead and just skip past we lose, and so we'll go to Super Bowl week and see what sort of depth trade upgrades and what the final team looked like for this video. And there it is, CJ Stroud awarded superstar development for his sensational season. We'll see his like awards and whatnot because I'm curious what he got for it. It would have been Offensive Rookie of the Year, so yeah, that works out. So CJ Stroud comes out, takes the league by storm with Njigba by his side, who doesn't go up any sort of dev trait. Probably should have though. If it was up to me, I'll put him at star. All right, I got you guys. Don't worry. I forgot that he was actually pretty low. Devin White, Shaq Barrett, Mike Edwards doing the job as well. Antoine Winfield Jr. I forgot we drafted Keely Ringo. Not going to lie. Logan Hall, Dwayne Smoot. Not the greatest offensive line or anything like that. I didn't know we got Olu Fashanu here. Fashayo? Oh, wait. Olu Fasho. I don't know. I don't know. Don't leave the names to me, all right? Not the greatest with them. That'll be the video. Thank you guys for watching. First video back with the face cam. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Seeing my beautiful face. But yeah, that'll be it for me. I'll catch you guys next time. This is a fun little video. Wouldn't mind doing it again. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the other side.